let's welcome to the program Rookie of the Year candidate in the World of Outlaw Series, Mr. Kent Robinson. Kent, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
So, that's what that Indiana phone number was.
That's what that Indiana. Brian Gray's on. He's my co-host. Kent, you guys are second in the Rookie of the Year points. Jonathan Davenport obviously is in first. Your first year on the tour. What have you guys learned, and what have you guys learned that you didn't expect to learn?
Well, I mean, it's hard to. I sat down and tried to think about that, and I think we've learned more than we really thought. You know, when you race with these guys week in and week out, you know, you learn a lot of stuff that goes unsaid until you come back and race, you know, around home and on tracks, you know. That's whenever it kind of surfaces. You know, when I come back around and race, I guess Brownstown's about my only local track. You know, we can put it into words there and take what we learned out on the road. I mean, running different tracks every night really helps me a lot as a driver, but also as a team. You know, knowing what to do to the car and when to make the changes is probably the biggest thing we've learned.
Now, you guys had a hell of a race, B-Main or whatever it was out there at Cedar Lake with Pat Dorr. Talk to us about that event out there.
Yeah, that was fun. That was actually the last chance race. That was like
right.
The last of the last cars to possibly get in. So I had to do that because they, you know, with that many cars out there, they gave 2 points provisionals like they usually do in the Outlaw Series. But I mean, those were being taken by people ahead of me in points. So I had to make it in through that race, and it just took us that long to get going, really. I mean, Thursday night wasn't a points race. It was that Corn Belt Clash Series. We had a good car all night. Then we won the heat and ended up fourth, but it just seemed like didn't qualify real well on Friday, and then in the heat race we just were a little off too. I mean, and like I said, if you're off just a little bit with these guys, it can be detrimental, and it's hard to recover from that. But that was a really fun race there with Pat. He's a local guy. He only lives like 7 miles from the track up there or whatever, so it was cool to be able to run with him, and it seems like we've been racing a lot, not only there, but throughout the year, throughout the World Outlaw season, the tracks we go to, it seems like me and him always have some good races for, you know, 10th or around there. So, but it's fun to get out and race with guys like that. I mean, I've been treated with a lot of respect on the series, and you know, I can't complain about that. So that's good.
So you're really only 9 years removed from when you actually got into a stock car. You guys were ATV racing prior to that. Talk to us a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, I kind of got involved in that. I always rode ATVs, you know, for fun around home. I started with that when I was like 3 or 4 years old, and then I think it was when I was like 10 or 11. I asked my dad if I could start racing, and we went and started racing county fair races and stuff. And then when I was 12, we started racing a lot more. Went out on the AMA-sanctioned like Grand National Circuit, they call it, and ended up winning a couple national championships doing that when I was 13 and 14. And then I got hurt pretty bad, broke a couple bones, and decided to get away from it. Had some friends, actually had a close friend get killed while racing. So it's just those are dangerous. I mean, it's just kind of stepped away from that a little bit and got involved in stock cars when I was 15. I was 03. Started in a bomber. It was a 1987 Monte Carlo. Got it from the scrapyard, and you know, knocked the windows out of it and built a motor for it, and that's where it all got started. And then it's all downhill from there.
Well, I guess my question would be, I wouldn't get on a dang motorcycle on the road, let alone jumping over whoop-de-doos and such. Mm-hmm. Are you any more braver inside the roll cage than you weren't holding on to handlebars?
I like to think so. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I was young, real young then, so I might have been dumber. I don't know. You know, I was like 12 and 13. You'd bounce off those things, man, and fly through the air and then get back up. And I remember one time I wrecked so hard, and I was going to get back up and try to race, but my nose was bleeding so bad that I couldn't breathe. It was coming down and get my mouth and everything. I remember that pretty distinctly, being, 12 years old, and, a lot of people think that my parents would, wave me off, but they were telling me, go, 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 just getting on there and wanting to see you race. So that's where we came from. So it's fun. It's a family sport, and we're still all family involved now.
And plus, when you're young like that, I don't think you really think about the dangers or anything involved. You're just going. You're just doing what you want, not thinking about the consequences.
Nope, no consequences. I didn't care. Heck, if I got hurt, it meant I didn't have to go to school when I got home. So, that was probably an advantage if I did get hurt. But no, we didn't think about that. We didn't care back then.
Right. So why do you think the World Outlaws didn't want you guys running the Lucas race this weekend?
Who said that?
Huh? Can't this is my co-host Brian Gray. Okay. So then you understand the line of questioning.
Yes. Yeah. No, I don't.
I mean, isn't that's what they told? They told you guys they didn't want you running with a Lucas because they want your full support, right?
No, absolutely not. No, that's not the case. They wouldn't do that. That'd be there's no good to come out of that. You know what I mean? There's no reason to not support dirt late model racing as a whole. We're definitely not strong enough to be telling people not to go to races. So no, there's never anything like that being said. It's I didn't know.
That was a trick question, Ken. I was
trying
to
I know, but I'm down on equipment, so I didn't go.
So
I don't know.
You passed the what do they call that class with?
You threw him a bullshit test and he didn't fall for it.
No, he didn't. Not at all.
And it was that was probably one of the most intelligent answers ever given to one of our dumbass questions. So now that leads me to you guys. You did run some open wheel stuff prior to your late models, and you compete in open wheel stuff now. A few weeks back, Brian Gray brought up that, and you know Devin Gilpin.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And Devin Gilpin is putting up 20. What I don't even know where he's up to now. Is he up to 25?
Dude, I think he's up to 30.
I think he's 30.
Okay, racing with Lanigan and the World of Outlaws and seeing what he's done and seeing the dominance that he's put on. Which one do you view as a bigger feat? Gilpin's 30 or the 6 in a row, 12, 15, whatever wins it is for Lanigan? Which one's more impressive?
I mean, it's hard to. I don't know. It's hard to really say. You can't take anything away from Gilpin. I mean, from what he's done. I mean, he's doing it. He's getting out there every weekend and winning almost every weekend, if not twice or three times. So that's awesome and that's very respectable. But I mean, just the competition level of what Lanigan races against. I mean, I guess there's not as many guys that follow the series. There's 12 of us or whatever. But I'd have to say that's a little bit more impressive because there's just a few more variables that go into late model racing than modified racing. I mean, mainly tires. I mean, on the outlaw circuit, we can run. There's 14 different tires we can run. So knowing when and what condition to put those on, what tire, and how to prepare the tire and how to groove it and sipe it and everything like that. It's a big time call. And that's where I struggle. It seems like a lot, but no, Gilpin, I mean, he's and the same thing goes for both those guys. They've been in the same car a few years. They've got comfortable, and I think they both have a lot of confidence in the race cars. So when they go out, they know what they got and know what they're going to show up with and are really confident.
I think the 30 wins is he's got a lot more confidence. It's just me. I'm just going to throw this out there. Gilpin's 30 wins, he has a lot more, I think, as far as there's probably I don't know how many more competitors he's got.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering how many more races though he's ran too, Webb. I mean, how many events are on the World Outlaws tour? Approximate. You don't have to be
40,
exact.
40. I think we got 43.
Okay.
After rain.
And Gilpin's been racing 3 nights a week.
Yeah, he has to be over probably at least 60. Well, maybe 60. I don't know.
So it's basically the same if you don't considering the number of races and how many times a weekend he's doing it.
Yeah, I think it's just a number. You know what I mean? It's impressive no matter what, but it just turns into a number at that point. I mean, Gilpin, he's won that many races at 9 or 10 different tracks or something. That's really impressive.
So, okay, well, looking at this, the point standings here, and let's throw out the Rookie of the Year stuff, and just look at it from a point standpoint. First full year, you guys are sitting at number 11.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love that.
Oh yeah, I mean it's it is great. You know, I can't complain about it. It's just, you know, it is a competitive sport, and anytime you're in a competitive sport, you want to win. I mean, every time you go out, you want to win, and you want to beat everybody you're racing against. But I guess when you sit back and look at it, and as a whole, that it has been a productive year. You know, here lately we've ran into a lot of bad luck and motor problems, and just a lot of problems in general. So, you know, it's kind of put a foul taste in my mouth the last month or so. But you know, we've overall, I'm happy. I mean, I can't complain. I can still get 10th in the points. That's where I'd like to get. That was my goal, you know, at the beginning of the year to get a top 10 in the points. So I guess that's what we're shooting for right now, and hopefully we can do that.
Brian, I can't believe you didn't correct my mistake earlier.
What's that?
I said Davenport. He's the Rookie of the Year points leader in the Lucas Series. Bud McCool is in the World Outlaw.
I thought that you were right on the money, and I was thinking Davenport, I think, had been running the World of Outlaws last year.
Yeah, that was my idiot move of the night. See, I was going so well, I had this thing just trucking along, and you complimented me before we got on the phone with Kent, and then I throw it all down the tubes and screw up.
Yeah, that's all right.
At least I corrected myself. You guys didn't correct me.
So, do you think you guys are going to pull it off this year, Kent?
What's that?
With the Rookie of the Year deal?
No, I mean I can't say no, but I mean Bub's been running really well lately, and I've been running really bad. So, you know, those things put together kind of get it out of reach pretty quick there. But there is, you know, the World Outlaws, they got a pretty fair way they do the rookie deal. You count your best 25 races. So we are at a point where we're throwing out our, you know, if we didn't make a race, we had a real bad finish, you start throwing those races out. So I mean, it's mathematically, it's not out of the question, but we have to start knocking off some top fives and some things start going, you know, our way and maybe not his way, I guess you could say.
Right. So is that an important part of the program for you guys, is to win that Rookie of the Year battle? I mean, is that something that would carry over and maybe help you in the following season?
Yeah, I can't. I mean, you can't deny that. If you win that, I mean, not only is it $10,000, you know, it's just the prestige and the gratitude of being able to win it and say you are the Rookie of the Year. You know, it would be cool. I can't say it wouldn't be, but we're still we're not racing any different than we did at the beginning of the year. We're still racing to win, and you know, out there to just for that reason to win or do the best we can. So I don't know. It's you get to a point where you don't even really pay attention to it because it doesn't matter. It's just gonna get in your head and make you drive you crazy if you let it. So you know, we're like I said, we're to a point where we just race. That's all we do, and we're having a good time. So we're gonna keep doing it.
All right, before we let you thank your sponsors and the crew members, all right, one last question. It's your first year solely on the World of Outlaws Tour, other than a few events here. Give us the oh hell, shit just got real moment of the year so far. Like when did you realize, like, oh hell, this is what racing is?
Well, it's actually pretty early in the year. It's down at Spirit. Well, when we went to Tazewell, shit got pretty real. It is what it is. But the night before that, we were at Tuscumbia, Alabama, North Alabama Speedway, and I qualified like 5th or 6th overall, and started on the pole of my heat, and ended up winning my heat, and that was there. But then we started off in the feature, and I mean, it's a small, tight quarter mile, and just that entire race was just an eye opener. I mean, racing that hard with those guys was just, I mean, it was all I could do to race with them. I mean, it was the top of my ability. You know, we got done, and I ended up 6th, and I came in and I told Rick Eckert, I said, man, you guys, you know, he congratulated me or whatever. I said, man, you guys are professionals. Like, you know, I felt like a beginner out there. I mean, I was pulling tear off as fast as I could. I was just trying to go straight, trying not to run into anybody, you know, trying not to just wreck or flip out. I mean, it was an eye opener, and since then, I mean, that's really taught me a lot. And that's from week to week now. We get on tracks like that, and it doesn't bother me, you know. But I guess we've learned a lot this year, and like I said, it comes out when we get to race around home. But that doesn't happen very often because there's nowhere that races around here. So we keep going out and racing with the Outlaws, and you know, learning more.
That Tazewell race was a blur, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. That was 15 minutes, fastest 50 lapper ever.
remember when I told you I wouldn't get on a motorcycle and do whoop-de-doos?
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't get on a lawnmower and drive around Tazewell.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That place is nuts.
I've seen a car fly into the catch fence after the catch fence one night there, and I was like, this place is retarded. I mean, it's a great fan track. I'm not going to say it's not. I'm just saying, but I'd rather be in a live wuss than a dead idiot.
Oh, I'm with you. It's well, I said it was like a novelty track. You know, it's just somewhere you go, you say you've been, you know, it's cool and all that, but it's somewhere. It's got too much bank on it. It really does. It's just too much bank to make a racing good. So, I mean, it's fun to watch. I mean, people wreck and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll be back in a while.
It's definitely the dirt version of Bristol. Well, all right, before we let you get out of here, Kent, I want you to thank some of your sponsors and also talk to the guys that help you get that car in the races every week. Yeah, I gotta thank my mom and dad first and foremost. They support me in everything I do. JB Salvage is my main sponsor. That's a scrapyard here in Bloomington. And then, you know, I got Kaiser Manufacturing, Integra Racing Shocks, J. Dickens Racing Engines, Hoosier Tires, you know, an All-Star Performance, K&N. A few of those guys, you know, can't do without any of those people. And then I got Richie Davis and Jason Clearing are my two crew guys. Definitely couldn't do without them either. It's a full-time job. Like I said, on the Outlaws, all the tire work we got to do, and it's just all the miles we got to run. It's nonstop, but can't do without those guys, and I got to definitely thank them. Now, one more thing before we go. James Essick was on first of the show. Mm-hmm. He's a Hoosier fan. You live in the Holy Land of Bloomington, and my studio is the coolest Indiana Hoosier room in the state of Alabama. Talk to us real quick. How excited are we for the season coming up in basketball? I can't even put it into words. I'm telling you, I thought I was excited. I'm watching Monday Night Football right now, and I thought I was excited for football to start. But I really think I might be more excited for the championship season to start. I think, and just see the Hoosiers back in the Final Four would be awesome. In 02, I live about 2 hours from Atlanta, and in 02. And I'm on board the rest. Me and Kent are just going to have our little conversation, so the rest of you guys just sit there. But in 02, the wife and I were going to Atlanta to work. We were going to wear those yellow jackets, you know, to the crowd control, whatever. Mm-hmm. And we were at practice, and I won't say his name, but Coach starts with a D. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so she said, "What are we going to be doing?" I said, "We're going to have to stand." She said, "No, we're not going to do that. We've got to be able to watch the game." I go, "Well, honey, I can't afford tickets." And so she actually bought Final Four tickets for me. Of course, I did cry and left like 30 seconds early in the championship game, so I wasn't going to watch. But I'm excited. It's back in Atlanta. Oh. The Final Four is. So I didn't know that. I need to convince my wife to buy me tickets if they make it. I don't think that's going to happen. No, that would be so cool. I might have to go to Atlanta just to party. Well, oh, yeah. Well, appreciate your time this evening. Let you get back to Monday Night Football. We wish you continued success in the world of Outlaws. Certainly, I mean, 11th in points. Your sophomore season is going to be better, so good luck, and thank you for joining us on In the Dirt. All right, guys. Thank you.